Hi, I'm Steve Bell and welcome to our latest Security in Focus podcast. I'll be discussing the hottest topics in physical security, experts from the industry. My name's Steve Bell. I'm Chief Technology Officer at Gallagher Security. I've spent more than 30 years developing physical security products, and my goal is to make the world a safer place. In this Security in Focus podcast, I talked to Lisa Tubb to introduce Gallagher SMB, a brand new platform for small to medium business. It is not that often that a company launches a new security platform, and I'm really excited by the innovation that the team have put into this one. Gallagher has been a supplier of physical security solutions for more than 30 years and has been through more than 4 generations of access control and intruder alarms platforms. Before the PC was commonplace, these systems were built entirely of our own embedded hardware. Since then, the on-site server has been the backbone of the systems and is currently still the deployment model for our well-known Gallagher Command Center platform. Command Center has been designed to scale with our biggest customers. With scale, the system will inherently have more complexity to allow the administrators to manage tens of thousands of people, doors and controllers. Now that is not a problem for small to medium business, which employ the majority of the world's employees. So Gallagher is invested to learn about what small businesses need from their security system and set about creating the security platform to meet their needs. So to talk about what our SMB product is and does, I have grabbed some of Lisa's time to share some of our thinking. First of all, Lisa, can you tell me about your role as product manager on the SMB team?
Hi, Steve. And firstly, thanks for having me on your podcast. It's great to have an opportunity to spread the word about our security solutions for SMB and what we have been up to here at Gallagher. My role as a product manager for SMB, I work within a cross-functional team to guide the development of features and new functionality from conception through to launch. We work to prioritise features and balance their innovation with short and long-term goals and maintenance. But most importantly, my role is around spending quality time with our partners and end customers to gain a deep understanding of their problems and learn how our product and technology can help them solve their problems.
The other guest for the podcast is Mike McKim of Aotea Security in New Zealand. Mike and Chris came and talked to our team about what they are seeing in the market for Gallagher SMB. So first of all, I'll just share a little bit where Mike talks about Aotea Security.
We aim to be the most trusted and largest provider of integrated security in New Zealand. And our traditional markets that Aotea Security operate in, government, utilities and telco, hospitals, universities and commercial.
And Mike then went on to describe to us the market they are seeing for SMB.
Basically, our go-to-market, particularly around the national retailers or customers that have a national footprint. So that could be cooperatives, it could be small bank, anything that sort of fits that, say 1 to 7 doors and intruder detection. There's a really good sell around the monitoring, which is it's capped on the price for multiple areas, where the traditional monitoring market will sting you on these little hidden secrets around extra areas. So it's actually got a really good footprint and they have 8 areas and then they might only have 3 to 4 access control doors. I think by giving them a proposition that doesn't involve a server that's put into a corner somewhere where it gets a bit dusty and no one backs it up. So for us, where I see the opportunity is that you can go to these customers who don't really understand servers and workstations and applications and say to them, well, we've got a product here which is essentially turnkey and we can set you up very quickly and give you the confidence and the control and power to run your system, as opposed to paying Aotea to roll an expensive technician in a van to their site to give them a code or a new card.
So Lisa, Mike's described to us where he sees the opportunity for the product. Who is a target customer for the SMB team?
It's always great to hear from our partners and see what they think their product market fit is. And it's great that it sounds like we're achieving our product fit with what Aotea thinks as well. SMB's purpose is around simplifying security. And with Gallagher being a trusted brand in the security industry, we've wanted to take our security knowledge and expertise and put it into that small and medium-sized organisation. When we talk about small and medium-sized businesses, we're not always talking about the number of employees, but rather around that complexity of their security needs. Our target customer doesn't typically have a security person. They have someone where security is kind of their responsibility, but not their primary role. They won't have a dedicated IT department to deal with service or workstations, as Mike mentioned. And these organisations really do need a robust system, but it needs to be simple to manage. For our customers, having the ability to control their alarms and access from their mobile phone, it really is a game changer. The SMB solution is targeted at businesses who struggle to manage staff keys or PIN codes as a means of access control. And they're tired of paying for those false call-outs, and their business owners want the control and visibility of their security solution. Our multi-site feature also provides us with the ability to manage multiple premises from single smartphone app, and makes it really fantastic for franchises and organisations where branches or clubs are managed by the same person and they need that oversight over different sites. We're more focused on the type of customer and the problem that we're trying to solve for them than a direct vertical or market. As SMB can solve the security needs for such a wide variety of organisations, from healthcare to childcare centres to retail and sports clubs as well.
So when we were first designing the SMB product, we decided to go with a cloud-first or mobile-first solution. Mike from Aotea had the following observations about the SMB customers, IT setups, and the simplicity and power of interaction with the system.
What I'm finding with a lot of customers is the smaller businesses or the startups are cloud first. So they don't actually have servers, or they'll have a router and a network switch, but you might have Datacom providing most of those services to them. They want the best tools, they want the fastest, most efficient processes to get them through the job. And by giving them everything on their mobile phone, that just ticks all their boxes. So we're very quickly able to deploy the system, give the operations manager access to the system almost straight away. So he went off and showed everyone within his organisation how fantastic the SMB was.
So Lisa, we're talking about cloud first and mobile first. What does that really mean?
These days, virtually every aspect of your life or business can be managed through your phone. And we thought, why not security too? We really looked at how people were managing their businesses and learnt how they wanted to do it and be able to do it from anywhere. So they wanted to access their data from anywhere as well. And this is what led to that mobile first approach. We were aiming to give them a simpler experience, a solution that is easy to understand and intuitive to manage. And so we've designed the solution with the mobile user in mind. Every detail is considered, from limiting the number of clicks to perform an action to having the right amount of information on a screen. The real trick is, though, beneath all this perceived simplicity for our customers, is to have a sophisticated features and continually evolving technology that can help solve our customer problems. And so we decided to utilise cloud technology as the platform for SMB. And it gave us the ability to provide that access from anywhere at any time. As Mike said, organisations are choosing cloud-based for a lot of their day-to-day business operations, from their customer service relationship management platforms to their financial systems as well. So we were just kind of adding into how they're already managing their business. By providing a solution that is underpinned by the cloud, we can utilise the latest technology as it evolves. And it gives us the ability to create kind of innovative solutions which we can deploy quickly to the market as well. The cloud and mobile first approach really brings some considerable benefits to our end users and also our install partners as well. It gives businesses better control. If they're connected to the internet, they're connected to their business, and they can really control their security from anywhere. It provides the ability for instant changes. Data is securely stored in the cloud, so updates can be made effective immediately. So if you need to revoke the access for somebody within the system because they've left, you're able to do it straight away from there on your phone, or do it from anywhere as well. Or you've got a new staff member turning up and you're not able to be there, you can create a credential for them on the fly and send it to them straight away. So it also provides the ability for automatic software updates, which means that we can release new features and security updates automatically, and that you know that the system always has the latest firmware or cybersecurity and functionality.
And so I guess that means that there's never going to be a call out from the install partner to actually upgrade the firmware at any time.
No, not at all. That gives the installer the ability to manage the system from anywhere as well. They don't have to perform upgrades. They can do changes remotely if they need to do some maintenance. From a security perspective, being a cloud-based solution, it really does give businesses the security and governance over both their own data and how they share that data as well. So this is really why we decided to go with the mobile first and cloud technology. It really is how people are doing business these days.
One of the key aspects of SMB is the intruder alarms and how they're monitored. And there's traditional ways of doing that. So Aotea have plenty of experience in those traditional ways, but they have seen something special in the way that we have decided to go with monitoring.
So where people say, well, tell us about the monitoring. I'm used to having this and I'm used to having that. And it's about saying, well, again, you can have that, or you can actually make a decision to go down this path and come and talk to our customers, and they'll explain the benefits of being able to have it to your phone, being in control of the chain of events with the alarm with First Security, and then creating a point of difference.
Lisa, what is Mike talking about when we talk about an alternative to the traditional monitoring of alarms?
Well, when we first developed SMB, it was developed as a self-monitoring solution, as we really wanted to give the customer the control to do what they wanted to do and manage their site how they wanted to when it came to intruder alarms. So everything is done from within the app. So a notification is received and they're able to manage that incident and even silence alarms if they want to, all within that one app. But in developing the SMB as a self-monitored solution, we also understood that businesses wanted control to decide what would happen when an alarm went off. Often they know while it's gone off, so the self-monitored solution's great. They can close the incident or investigate themselves. But sometimes there is a little bit of apprehension about going to site as well. So then we've expanded on that self-monitoring solution and expanded it into having a guarding solution as well.
And so that's when Mike mentioned First Security. So that is one of the New Zealand guarding companies. So maybe you could describe a bit more how it all works.
Yeah, so we decided to partner with First Security here in New Zealand to provide a guarding solution. So if a guarding service is selected by the customer, when an alarm goes off, that business owner can make the decision whether or not they want to manage that alarm themselves or if they want to call out a guard, and they can do that directly from the notification that they receive in the app. And a guard will come out and have a look around their site and do whatever their response plan or action plan is that they have put in place. There is also the feature that in case you miss an alarm coming through, that you can set to have auto guarding in place, so that after a set period of time, if you haven't claimed the alarm then or called for a guard, then a guard will be automatically called as well. It just really gives our customers the flexibility to manage the business in the way that really suits them.
Within your company itself, you can choose to have a list of people that the alarm will be forwarded to on their phones. So it's not just the business owner that has to receive these alarms.
That's right. So we have it's not an escalation process, but it is that anybody that is considered a site manager will receive that notification as well. And so that you can have that, you can kind of spread that management around, especially if somebody is away.
And I believe that when First Security are managing it, the information about everything that First Security is doing comes back to any of the site managers' phones, so they can see the whole progression of the guard arriving on site and the guard rearming. So they've got real up-to-date data rather than 2 or 3 days after the event.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. All the information we receive, we have a direct connection with the software that First Security use. And so that is that real-time updates again coming back into the app for the customer to see.
So the launch and rollout of our product has started in New Zealand, and Mike and the guys from Gallagher Security are one of the big first companies we've worked with. So where are we going with the rest of the world, and what timeframes will we get product into the other markets?
So earlier this year in July, we launched SMB into Australia, which has been a really great launch there, and we've started to see some real traction with over 25 of our partners already signed up. The next focus for the team is really around the United States. We have development and hardware production well underway, and we had a really successful presence at GSX in Florida in September, and that was about educating the channel partners there. The sales team are currently bringing on partners for the United States, and in January we'll have public launch. Where to from there? We're not quite sure yet, but we are in conversations with some of our other regions, including South Africa and the Middle East, to really start to understand how SMB could solve problems for their customers and really fit into that market as well. So if this year is anything to go by, next year will be full of opportunities and we'll break into some new markets.
That is really exciting, and it's going to be great to see how we go in all those other markets. Thanks, Lisa, for being part of this and sharing what we're doing in SMB, and hopefully we can have you and others of the SMB team into other podcasts in the future to share some of the exciting stuff that's going to come along.
Great. Thank you, Steve. It's been fantastic.
If you're interested in a Gallagher SMB partnership in the USA or Australia, then I suggest you check out our Meet the Team at security.gallagher.com. The next Security in Focus podcast is coming soon, and we'll take a look at the future of credential technology and the approach we have taken with Gallagher SMB.